Okay, so this is kind of an intermission thing. I realized that while I was making this tutorial that I didn't have anything to post on the marketplace as a demonstration item. And I figured while I should make something off screen real quick, I could also take this opportunity to show you guys how to what's that word? Oh god, I'm so can't think right now. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay. One of the things that I realized is that I could show you how to get approved for mesh in the same time. So I can make something and then we can, show you how to enable mesh so you can upload mesh and then, kill two birds with one stone. So you guys can do this and it'll be great. So I'm just going to make something totally quick, fast, easy. Just go. Nothing fancy. I don't even know what this is or what it's trying to be. But it should be a really good demo item. And so let's add an extra R right here. Simple extrude just. Whoops, daisy. So make a bunny bed real quick. And if I was to get fancy with it, I would go in Marvel's Designer and drape. I forgot what the word for the thing for bevel. Transform bevel. Bevel, damn you. There we go. So I'm gonna take this and unwrap it because I actually kind of like it. It's supposed to be dumb. So unwrap. Smart unwrap. Okay. Let's see, give this a material. Love how it's all supposed to be something of a joke. And I'm like, give it a material, unwrap it, give it its own thing, new material, bake it, and then I want to separate this actually and make this so I can put a face on here and UV's Peck Islands because that's just the way Second Life bees. Got your bed thing here, have bevels, also your mattress. Put a line around here, and I forgot what I was. I'm just gonna do it the dumb way. I know there was a way to indent, and I'm pretty sure it's I, but it's like, bruh, it is 4 o'clock in the morning. I barely know what day it is. Just realized it was 4. There you go. A fancy box bunny bed. Now, because it's a Second Life, it's got to be like a bazillion triangles. It can't be so low prim. That's actually a lie. It can be, it should be, and it always will be. But I want to see what it looks like subdivided, just out of curiosity. Not like I'm going to leave it like that. I don't know if that's better or worse. I kind of like it, but at the same time, I kind of don't. That looks very sculpty, doesn't it? Alright, nah. We'll keep it on this one. I think I like this a little much more than this one. Maybe I should bevel that pillow, but we'll make some more marvelous whenever I get serious about this. Anyway, so we have our bid, and I'm just going to export this real quick. Actually, nah. UVs, pack islands, and then I'm going to create a new texture, and then we're going to bake real quick. Bake. Ew. I may want to put it in the oven a little more. So, 15. Bake. Oh. Really? This. You. There. There we go. New texture. Alright, good enough. Whenever you bake things, it always makes it seem more expensive, doesn't it? Alright, so now we have an item that I can export. And it's Kaleidostat, sample, upload, and there we go. Alright, so back to Second Life. And now we're going to upload our sample item. And upload mesh model, and I'm going to find it. Meowscars cats. What did that thing save? No, every time. Of course, and documents. Let me just put it on my desktop. I don't feel like navigating my documents. Okay. So next step, upload mesh to my desktop, sample item, and then as you walk through, they tell me that I don't have rights to upload mesh, and I got to get certified. So click the find out how, and it should take you to your mesh thingamajig. Now before, they used to tell me that you need to have payment info on file, which we did to open up the store. And then we had to take the long IP quiz. And then, people had the cheats on there. And you had to give your word that you would do it right at the end. But now they just say, accept the IP terms. So you click on it to accept it. And then they ask you, did you read the terms of service? Did you read the intellectual property policy? And you're like, yes, mom. And like, say, I accept. And now you can upload stuff. So we're going to go back in world. Right here, cancel, just close it out, and then try to upload it again. Our sample item. And now we don't have that question on here. I'm just going to include the texture because you can do that with statics. Okay. Yay! We uploaded our mesh. So I'm going to put this on the ground. Any second now, it's going to resin. There we go. And as you see, we have our mesh item. Now because it's dumb and I didn't put any physics on it, what I like to do when it comes to importing stuff like this is just to make it phantom, and then what's the button? Oh, it's not even in here. Toolbar buttons, build. So I like to click on this, make a box, click this first and make it phantom. And I just gloss through it and then edit, put a box in it. Make this invisible. There we go. My bunny bed. So we have our bunny bed, and we want to select it all together like this. Pick it up, take copy, rename it, demo. Alright, well, you want to name it, make it fancy like you had before. So I'll just add some asterisks, some curly Q's, some, let's see, dummies, you in here, and then just name this bunny bed-ish. Bunny-ish bed? There we go. And then you want to right click and make sure that you put the properties of your product in here, of your product inside here. So I want this to be copy, modify, transfer, I don't know, share, whatever. And then click OK. So when you want to check your properties again and make sure everything is set, you want to be able to send this to the marketplace. Now sending it to the marketplace is pretty easy. All you have to do is right click on your item and press, should say copy to marketplace listing, but it's shaded out. So let's investigate. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so we can see. I'm going to go to avatar and I'm going to go to marketplace listings. And it says your marketplace folder is empty. Drag folders to the area and list them for sale in the marketplace. So let's take this and just drag it into there. Now, one thing that you want to make sure that you do is that you send a copy to the marketplace and not the original item. I made the mistake of just doing that right now, but let's just take this cube real quick, and we want to copy and then paste it, and then put the cube over inside here. Now that we have a folder established inside of our marketplace folder, you'll notice that now the copy to marketplace and move to marketplace are in there. Now, you want to make sure that you always press copy to marketplace. If you press move to marketplace, it'll send it in there, but it will take it out of your inventory folder and move it into your marketplace listing. And if you were to go and wear it by mistake, it will mess up your marketplace listing, and they'll give you a warning that you're wearing the marketplace item and it can't wear it and sell it at the same time. So you want to make sure that you have a copy of it in there and not the original. I'm going to delete these to try to keep my marketplace thing clean. So now that it's inside your marketplace folder here, that doesn't mean that it's on the marketplace right now. It's just ready to go. In fact, it's actually an unassociated. So we want to make sure that it's there in listed, which means that it's live on the marketplace. So what we do is we go into our unassociated tab and we right click on the folder. Then we press create listing. This will move it from the unassociated one to the unlisted, which means that it's now on the marketplace, but it's waiting for you to set up the details so that it can go up for sale. So before we go and put this up for sale, let's take a picture of this product. You want to try to play around and use your artistic eye and get the best photo of it. Also, you want to try to keep yourself out of it. You know, finding a good background, shuffling through various lights. You want to make your product look the best you can. And they sell a number of things to help you with that, like photo boxes, and you can go to Sims, Backdrop City is a good place to go to put stuff down, even though that's just for poses and showing off clothes. I like to go over there and res stuff down and take a picture of stuff in a nice cloudy background. That's one of my favorite places to go. But for this one, it's not serious, so we're just using it for a demo. I'm going to take a picture, and I'm also not just avoiding the fact that I'm actually terrible at Second Life photography. So I like to, one of the also cheats I like to do is I like to press Control 0, and that gives you like a zoomed in camera. I always call that the movie cameras. For some reason, at least in my opinion, when you go into movie light, like the movie camera, it always makes it seem a little prettier, a little more dramatic. But that's just me. So I'm going to pick a fancy light. And okay, yeah, like I said, I suck. I suck at this, but we're just going to do it anyway. So I'm just going to take a picture and use a snapshot. Here we go. Take a picture. Cheese. And on your desktop. And then we put it in here. Okie doke. So we got a picture. And now it's time for us to go edit the stuff about the item and get this show on the road. So next thing we're going to do is go back into our marketplace listing box and right click and do edit listing. It also helps if you do that checking for errors thing too. No errors to report. Good. If it does have an error, it'll show you what to do. I never encountered any errors, so I can't say what errors may pop up. But, it's good to have. Alright, so let's go here. When we go to edit our listing, this is what you'll see. This is how your listings are, work. You just got to fill in the boxes and go down the line. So I'll go down the line with you and go through the quick fill. What? Awesome. I'll have to experiment with that later. Okay. So let's go down the line and add our box. So first thing you need to do is, if you are one of those people who like to keep things organized and have a product information, like spreadsheets and stuff, you can create a product ID for your item, and you would put that here in SKU. I am not one of those people. I should be, really. All marketplace people should be. We should have product names. That way, when you need to quickly search for a product, you can just type in product 00123448. That inside there, and it just goes right to it, rather than trying to search through your stuff like bid box thing, something like that. SKUs are usually numbers with a little bit of letters in there, but it's up to you. You decide. I'm ignoring this. Version, you don't have to fill this out either, but if you have an item that has different versions, or you plan on updating it in the future, it's a good way for your clients to know if they have the which version of the product that they have. For example, if I was making a garment and I had multiple versions on it for different bodies, let's say I made one for the Bladen cat, one for the Bladen Lynn, and the other one for the Fin Fan cat, this version part would say, and I was uploading one for the Fin Fan cat, this would be Fin Fan cat V1 or something like that, 100. That way people would know that they got version 1 of the Fin Fan version of this item. Make sense? So you can fill that in if you want to, if you don't. Item status is in 2 little dots. They have active and inactive. Active means that it's live on the marketplace. Inactive means that it's not. Clicking inactive does not delete it from the marketplace. It just makes it so that it's not visible when people are searching for it. So you can just click something inactive, work on it, and then put it back to active, and then it's live. Maturity level, it kind of speaks for itself. You have general, moderate, and adult. General is totally PG, like it's child friendly, family friendly, no nudity, no nothing. It's all, great. Moderate means this is a little skimpy, a little more risque than general, but not total shame as an adult. An adult, Second Life 100. All the things that would be, like exposed nipples, genitalia, things of that nature. So that's all adult. If you're confused, just click on the listing guidelines and they'll give you a rundown of what they think, what is what. And then you just make the decision of, does my stuff fall within these things like this. So that's that. Let me go back. So this is a general item. So here you have mesh, so it's no mesh. So if it's prim and sculpties that you're building, you would check this box. Partial mesh, if it's a prim item with sculpts built into it, or sculpties, prim, where mesh with sculpties or prim or something in there, then you would press partial mesh. 100% mesh, it means it's all mesh all the time, no filler whatsoever, totally raw mesh power. And fitted mesh, that's just like, well, it's mesh, but it's got fit mesh and stuff in there, so it's not that. Permissions, I really don't want to talk about this one because I use the loophole so much. Okay, so here's the deal. We have copy, mod, transfer. It kind of speaks for itself what these do. This means that people can copy it. This means that people can modify it. This means people can transfer it. And this is C description. Now, what you want about C description means that you need to look at the description for the special terms. That is also the same thing here for user license. So let's say if you were one of those people who say, yes, this is a full perm item, it's copy, modify, transfer, and you don't, but I don't want people to be able to sell it on Tuesdays. It can only be sold for 100 and some odd L, except for on Tuesdays where it's not allowed to be sold whatsoever. You would need to have the C description and a user license thing down there to that, because if you don't check that box, that means that it falls under the Second Life guidelines for copy, modify, transfer, and whatever your terms and condition are moot, because it falls underneath the Second Life default copy, modify, transfer thing. See why I didn't want to talk about that? But I feel like I'll be doing you an injustice if I didn't. Damn injustice. Anyway, be kind. So I want this to be full perm, and there's no additional terms or whatever in there, so I'm just leaving it to there. Now, one of the new features that they have added in here is that they added an automatic redelivery. And what this allows you to do is you can go through, as long as your item is copy, you can go through, if somebody's lose their things, they can come back here and then just click redeliver to it, instead of contacting you and saying that, hey, look, this got missing and I need a redelivery. So that used to be something that was only with Casper vendors or something like that, or the people were using. Now the marketplace got hip to it, and now they're allowing us to do redelivery. So whenever they go into their marketplace history, you can go there and redeliver it to themselves without bothering you, the creator. Now, if you're one of those crazy people for some reason who think, no, I like that human interaction and I don't want people to just automatically redeliver one of my products and I want them to come talk to me, you can click this button right here and say that it is not allowed for them to have a copy the redelivered to them, and whatever, and I'll handle it case by case. But since we are sane for the most part, we're going to hit allowed. Usage requirements. What this does is that it allows you to say, you can just, I forgot, hang on 1 second. The usage requirements. This section gives a warning to the customer on how they can use your item. For example, if they have a box, if you packaged your stuff in World and you put it on a marketplace and they need to unbox it in order to use it, you will check this box to say that it requires unpacking. If it's something big that requires a lot of space to pack it, if it's just in the folder and it can just res it out, but it requires a lot of land to use, you would check the land box. And if it's a wearable, you would just check the wearable tab, which really should be a box, but I guess they wanted you to know that yes, it's wearable and you would need unpacking, and yes, it's wearable, you would need land to go to wear it. But if it doesn't need any kind of any special requirements, i.e. what we just did with our box by putting it inside the marketplace, we could just say none. Now, as we scroll down some more, we see this is for people who have clothing. And this is a good way to mooch off some stuff and not mooch off of it as well. Okay, so they can have this. They say clothing works with classic avatars. This is the standard Second Life avatar base, system avatars. You can check this box and leave it, or if it's to a specific mesh avatar, you need mesh avatars to use it, you would press this box. However, checking these box does put remove the avatar brand of your the brand on your listing. So we tend to leave these unchecked because who checks it anyway? And this is how you can begin what I like to call the brand mooch. So let's say you made a garment and you did it for the Beliza Jake or something like that. You would come to the custom avatar brand and you would type in Beliza and it would be right here. And any more brands that you would have put this in, like here's Slink and stuff like that. And what this does is allows, I'm going to put this in here just real quick so we can, I'll show you what it is. We'll have to remove it at the end of the tutorial, but I'll just show you what it does. It allows people to click on the side underneath your icon and it says it works with brand Beliza or Slink, and when you click on it, it shows you all the things that are attached to that brand. So you can get a good mooch off of it. It's kind of like free advertising if you were to do it that way. But the other thing you have to do is, but if it's your brand, your custom brand, you would put your store name in here, and you would put your name in here, followed by a comma, and when anybody wants to see, okay, what works with dummies brand, they would click on it and then it would show all your dummies stuff that's tied to the dummies that people tagged in there. So I'm sorry that took a long time to explain. Seems a little more cumbersome, but I want to get all the details in there. So your brand URL, if it's your website, you just put your website here, your blog, or marketplace search URL. So you would click on it and let's see, how can I say the marketplace search URL? All right, so let's say I want to see the Mighty Ginkgo. So I would have the Mighty Ginkgo stuff in here. I would cut my URL for the search and then manually put the brand listing in here, a brand URL. So whenever anybody goes to select about this brand and they click it, it will show all the stuff that was connected to the Mighty Ginkgo. So that's how all of that works. Okie doke, let's scroll on down. And here you get to put in different languages and stuff of what your stuff is, but I only speak English, so let's do it. So here is the actual item, what do you call that? Info. So here by default they will put in the title of the item as the listing of the name of the item is always going to be the default item title. If you're okay with that, you can leave it here. But if you're not, you can change the name of it and name it whatever you want to. As long as it is 120 characters, it will fit inside of this tab. The product features is what you would list what's inside of the box. So I would just adjust the bid and you would put as many stuff in here. This is the description where you would put more things that you would like in here. So just a prim like mesh bid, no animations, just here for a demo, for a tutorial. Enjoy. Next is your keywords. This will help you search better. So this is 8-bit, comma, and then if I wanted to search, want people to search for this, and I wanted to say this is an 8-bit bunny bid, I would put 8-bit bunny bid, and then 8-bit bunny bid. 8 butt. 8-bit bunny bid as a full sentence and then use that as the keyword. Because Second Life doesn't do it like, alright, so let's say I want 8-bit bunny bid. It doesn't look for 8-bit and bunny and bid. It looks for the whole sentence as a keyword, 8-bit bunny bid, comma. So if I was to put 8-bit stuff, then it would look for 8-bit. But if I was to look up 8-bit bunny bid all together in the marketplace without putting this, I'm pointing at my screen, without putting this here, it won't show up in search. So I made that mistake. Free. Yes, Grammarly, I know. My grammar sucks. Do not add spaces after your comma. That counts as a character. So you want to save as many characters as you want. So resist the temptation to actually type correctly. So next, you gotta choose your category. And Second Life has so many categories. So the best way to do is just check out keywords for what you think your stuff is. Like bid, for example, search. And then it's like, what kind of bid? Bedroom furniture, wedding stuff. It's just all the rest of dog bids. So I'm just furniture. Your item price can be anything you want under the stars. But remember that no matter what you put in here, Second Life will always take a fee for the transactions. I forgot the exact percentage, but they always do. Like, I have an item that's 100L, and they take 6L out of it, and I only get like 96 or 4L. However much you got to use to get to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4L. So whatever percentage that is. Your land impact, you want to make sure you got that down. If you don't know what the land impact is for your item, just go in World and click on it and edit, and then look here where it says land impact. So this bid is just 1. Make sure it's land impact and not prims, because they were like one object selected and that was our prims. The land impact is 1. You can add a video, or if you have a live demo of it in World, you can put that there, the slurl. And if you need to know how to make slurls, oops, I just started up something else. It's really easy to do. Hang on, I think I just started up. Please say it was just that and not the Sims. Alright, I don't know what that was, but we'll see in a minute. Alright, so if you need to get a slurl, all you have to do is open up the map and then copy slurl. So copy your slurl, and then you would paste it in here, and then that's where you would get it. Now, this is where you can choose whether or not you want to limit it out as kind of a special edition thing, or you want to, hang on, what is this causing my computer to be dumb? Blender. Okay, there we go. Now, if you have a video for this, now available quantity. This is if you want it to be a limited edition thing. You can check this box and then say that I only want to sell 10 of these, or 100 of these, or 1,000 of the. Or I guess it just goes up to 999 of those is the limit. But if you want this to be unlimited and people can just buy as many as they want, however many you want, you can just click unlimited. Now it's time for our images. So we're going to find our image, and they have so they have standards for what they want your images to be. It has to be at least 512 by 512. Recommended is 700 by 525, and aspect ratio and all the rest of that jazz is up there. But mostly they don't care about it. They'll resize your image. What's really important is the maximum size file, and Second Life only accepts it to be exactly 1 megabyte and under. In fact, 1 megabyte might be too big. You have to make it at under 1 megabyte. So you want to keep that in mind. So I'm going to look on my cluttered behind desktop and find the picture we took of this. And I don't know how it is on your guys' stuff, but on Windows they tell you how big the size is. So I can just go into, like, you could use Photoshop, or you could just use Paint like I'm about to do. And I just crop out what's important. And then save. And you see the file size dropped like by half. So that'll work. Let me close this. And now we go here. Edit. Alright, so our image is added, and this is what people will see on the marketplace when they click it. You can also add GIFs onto here, and PDFs. So in case you have a product that has a very complicated, or you need to write instructions on here, you can write it out in PDF form and attach it to the product as long as it's under 10 megabytes. When you add more items to your store, you'll be able to select related items. This means that you can put more, what is it called? It's basically free advertising for your other products. You would just select and search it and then put this is related to this is related to that. Even if it's not related, it's just giving people more a glance at your items at the bottom page to look at. If you have a demo of it, you can just click here and then add the demo to it. But you would need to create a demo listing of it first, a listing for the demo first, and then you would click it on here and add that to it. That's how, and it'll say demo of it underneath your item. That's how a lot of those hair stores and stuff do it. Now, listing enhancements. Let's talk about those. This is a good way to get your product noticed, but it's not like, mandatory for you to do. So whoever noticed when you sign on to Second Life, you'll see a bunch of products going by and they're like, "Woo, that looks nice. I'll click on that." Well, in order for that to happen, two things usually happens. One, they paid for it to show up there, and two, somebody just recently bought it and it shows up on the page and it just goes like that. But most of the time, people just spend the money and then go for it. These features can be really great to have with your store, but they are pretty costly. So I'm going to go click on them and then tell you, the rundown, show you the rundown of the prices. So for this item, be featured on the home page. And this is when, let me see. We go here to the marketplace and it shows featured items. This is where people pay the fee I'm about to tell you, and your item may show up on one of this listed. People have to scroll through it, of course, but it may show up, randomly. Now, down here is where people are buying things, like somebody just bought a badger and some wings and a fancy hair. So I'm imagining there's some furry ball going on right now and somebody's getting all jazzed up for it. As well as this cool looking hand and this really nice sneakers. So you can roll the dice and hope that your stuff shows up on what people are buying. Or you can, tip fate into there and just ooh, hey, cool. I'm about that later. So you can just tip fate, and hope that somebody buys your stuff and it pops up here on what customers are buying. Or you can tip it into your hand and pay the extra money and have it featured here on the featured items. So let's go back down there. So here it is. Feature your items on the home page. You would click add. And then this is the cost. It would be $799 every 7 days. Now, a good thing to know is that the more money you pay, the more it will show up. The sooner it will show up on the listing. And it's kind of a thing because you'll be competing with other people who paid already. So their stuff will show, and then your stuff will show, and then it'll be bumped by the next person who shows. It's just the luck of the draw here, if you will. So you have, this is how much it'll be every 30 days, every 15 days, every 7 days. Unless you really have, the money on hand, it's kind of you can pay for it if you want to. Feature this on the category landing page. So what that means is, let's say we are looking at, alright, I'm gonna click this. Okay, so here's the category for this, women's uniforms. And when we click on this category, you'll see that there are some items up here at the top. It seems that nobody paid for this to be up here at the top. So that's good for you. If you were in this category, you would just, press this here and your stuff would be featured on the top. Let me go back and see if there's the furry ones. Those guys I know have a featured bar. It's usually up here. Furry. Furries, go, go, go. Okay, there we go. So it'll be featured items, and your stuff will show up here in the furry category. Fuck you, apricot paws. Yeah, I said it. Fuck Z. Something hard and sandpapery. She probably would like that. Anyway, so this is what that means. You pay to have your stuff show up here and the feature items of your category page. So it's kind of like the step down. It's not on the front page, but it would be on the first page of the category that your item is on. So that's what you'll be paying for. And the prices for that are just as, well, a lot cheaper than it is for right on the front page. So $370 is today, $39. Feature this item on a checkout receipt. So you ever notice when you're like checking out, I don't have anything that I want to buy right now. So for the sake of the tutorial, let's see. I don't think I need a bake sawn mesh. I kind of wanted to work on this one. I thought that these were cute. As well as this head. Oh, that's adorable. I always wanted to have a bird avatar. Not 50. Shit. Sorry. It's going to stay a dream then, too. Alright, so we got this bento head, right? So I'm going to buy it for the sake of this tutorial. My money. Oh, my money. I think it might be in the actual cart. Let's see. I know somewhere they have advertisements like, hey, don't you guys want to buy some more? Alright, so I don't exactly know where that one is. But I do know that you can feature this item on the free ad stuff. So when you check out for ads, like you buy free stuff, and they're like, hey, here's some more items that you might like. This is that section of of it. And finally, revenue distributions. This is where you have co-creators of your project and you want to make sure that they get a cut. So this used to be, what does he call it? This used to be called a payment split. And back in the day, you needed to have a payment split script in order to do that, which required you to have the person's name and then have them okay you messing with their finances and all the rest of that junk. So we're in the future now. So all you have to do is put in the person's name, like, me, for example. And then you say how much of a percentage you want to give them out of your sales and be like, oh, I'll give you 10%. And then you're like, okay. So I would get that. However, you can't give somebody a percentage of something that's less than something that can take 10% out of. It's like Demi. You gotta have some HP there. So if I was to charge $100, wait, that's not it. If I wanted to charge $100 for this item, 10% of it would go to zero, and you'd be like, thank you for all your work and stuff, and they'll get a notification that the sale happened and they got 10% of it, and that way, people can't say, I haven't been getting any money from this and you've been stealing all my funds. Like, no, this will proof that you have it. So we can just click update and then that's done. And we wait for it to go. So now that we have everything all sorted out, all we have to do is check this, make sure this little arrow is checked. And once it's checked, that means that it's active and live on the marketplace. So when we check it, click on it, you see we have our bunny bid, and this is the listing, and this is our store, demo all the stuff, see it in Second Life, and it takes you to click it, and that's where you will have your live demo and the junk. Now, what we talked about before, when we said that this works for Slink, we would click the Slink and Beliza on this junk. Oh, hey, that's how that works. Huh. Neat. I didn't know that. Wait. Oh. Okay. It seems I was wrong. Let me go and edit this. I totally didn't do this on purpose just to show you how to revise your item. So I'm going to take this out. Bug Island, because I don't want people going there. And where is it? Just a bid. This is garden image. Where did the thing go that lets you say what this is? Oh, up here. So let me remove this real quick, and let's see what happens. So I'm gonna update. I'm gonna click it. Let's see. Okay, it just lists what they are. So I guess if you wanted to say kind of mooch off of Beliza and Slink and all the rest of those guys, you would have to put their search for thing inside there in order to make them go. But let me just check this one more time before I can confirm that. So I'm going to say that this works with the Beliza, just the Beliza by itself. Okay. More info. Alright, yeah. So you would have to put in the Beliza link to make that work. Alright, well, at least now we know. So, congratulations. After 47 minutes, you learned the full ins and outs of how to post your stuff on the marketplace. And all you have to do is wait for the money to come rolling in. And remember to put my name down there on that revenue distribution thing. You know, because you care and you love me and you want to give me money so I can keep on making these tutorials. I'm kidding. You don't have to. But I would really like it if you did. Okay. So that's how you create a store on the marketplace. In our next video, I'll be showing you the complicated workings of trying to create an in-world store. So I hope you guys stay with me, and I'll see you on the next video. But if all you wanted to know is how to create one on the marketplace, congrats, you did it. And let me know about your store. Feel free to use this video to spam your... Oh, wait, no, YouTube blocks links. Well, make sure you show me your store. I want to see what you guys create. And maybe buy some things, you know. You never know. I do get money sometimes. I don't mind spending it on some good stuff. Okay. I need to get going so we can start on the next video. See you guys there, and good luck on your projects. And come along, guys, who are coming with me. We got the next thing to hit.